What's up, guys? It's your boy Cam here.
And Kev.
In today's episode of the Nerd Mix, we are recording our second episode, and today's topic is the Game Awards. All right, Kev, what are your thoughts on this year's Game Awards, man?
So I actually got to go to the Game Awards this year.
Nice.
I really enjoyed my time at it. Unfortunately, I couldn't sit with any of my friends because when I bought the tickets, but the announcements were great. There was not many duds. The awards were evenly spread, which was great. It wasn't just a clean sweep for Baldur's Gate like everyone expected. I kind of worried about because I wanted more recognition across other things. Spider-Man won nothing.
Right. That was a little upsetting.
Yeah.
Unlike my good friend here, I did not get to go to the awards, but I did watch the live stream like most of you guys did on YouTube. And me personally, I don't know. I feel like Spider-Man got cheated out of certain things. Like, it should have won something, you know. Baldur's Gate obviously was going to be the game of the year. I had no doubts about that. Honestly, I thought it was going to be that. And what were the nominees for that one for this year? It was Baldur's Gate.
For Game of the Year?
Alan Wake, Marvel Spider-Man, Resident Evil 4, Super Mario Bros., and Legend of Zelda. Me personally, I thought it was going to be between Zelda and Baldur's Gate. Because Zelda was such a phenomenal game, dude. That also should have won more awards too, in my opinion. But,
it won the one category Spider-Man could have really won.
Should have won, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That's what I voted for that category. But the other place Spider-Man could have picked up a win, even though I was pulling for Cameron Monaghan, was performance.
Performance?
Like, You're Alone as Peter.
Yeah.
Was so good. But
yeah,
Asterion is just such like everywhere on the internet.
Right.
That was a almost insurmountable mountain for either Yuri or Cameron Monaghan, because also Ben Starr was doing press tours all the way up through the Game Awards.
Okay.
So Ben Starr as Clive.
Yeah.
Which there was no bad nominees in that category. There's almost no bad nominees across any category.
I guess me personally, the Game of the Year nominees, most of them I agreed with. I did not agree with the Resident Evil 4 because it's a remake.
But
I wasn't the only one.
There was no question when Resident Evil 2 won. There was no question that was the Game of the Year.
Again, there should be a category for remakes, in my opinion. There should be a category for those. Not like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a hater. I'll let you guys decide in the comments. But yeah, I don't know. That's just my opinion. You ain't wrong though. Resident Evil 2 was a good game last year.
Do we want to run through each of the categories? Like, you can skip all the esports and influencers and stuff like that.
Definitely. So we got best performance. We already talked about that one. Let's go with audio design, since we're audio engineers.
Yeah.
The nominees for that were Marvel Spider-Man, Resident Evil, Hi-Fi Rush, Dead Space, and Alan Wake 2. I thought Alan Wake was going to win that one, to be honest. Resident Evil, because it won a lot of awards.
Yeah. So the two of them, I haven't played Resident Evil yet, but Alan Wake's sound design is really good.
Yeah.
But so I was actually pulling for Forza because of what they pulled off for what the team actually they ended up winning the category that for sound design anyway. But Hi-Fi Rush, I'm happy won because the people who made it, that literally was the audio director's pet project. It was the audio director of Tango's audio director.
Right.
Pitched that game.
Okay.
And then was creative director for this game. So like that was the audio team driving that game.
Okay.
So it's really cool win for that purpose.
Right.
I need to play it still at some point. I'm not an Xbox guy.
Same. I
But-
do not own Xbox. Nor will I ever, for those PlayStation haters. PlayStation's the best. Thank you. All right, so we got that one down. What's next? What other categories do we want to discuss? Oh, I know. We want to discuss best fighting. And let me guess. I think Zelda won that one. No, Zelda wasn't in that one. It was Street Fighter 6, which I have yet to play. I have yet to play that game. It's
Street
on
Fighter
my
6
list.
is amazing. It won more based on, so obviously the two heavy hitters are Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter 6 in that category. Like Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2, the fact that it's actually a good game this time, great, cool. It deserves the nominee. The other two are just like, what else do we throw in?
Right.
But Mortal Kombat, the story mode, amazing. Online, not great. Street Fighter arcade mode, amazing. Online, amazing. Story mode, meh. Like it was the overall better fighting game.
Got you.
And the stuff it does and the way how accessible that game is, like adding Smash Brothers style control scheme to make it playable for basically anyone, amazing. So yeah, it deserves the win.
Okay.
But
Definitely
I like Mortal Kombat more.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, Scorpion's more iconic. And, you know, I feel like a lot of, I might be starting a war with this comment, but I feel like a lot of Mortal Kombat characters are a little more iconic than Street Fighter characters, in my opinion. But I could be wrong. That's also another one to be left in the comments. Moving on. Which one did Zelda win? Didn't they win Best Action Game or something like that? I think it was Best Action Adventure. Zelda won that one.
Zelda won Best Action Adventure.
Yeah.
So
the nominees for that were Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Resident Evil, Marvel Spider-Man, and Alan Wake, besides Legend of Zelda. I'm surprised that they won that a little bit. I mean, I get the adventure part, but
it's an amazing adventure game.
It is an amazing adventure game. I don't know. I feel like they could have won another one too. But that's
what else could have won? Game of the Year is the only thing it could have other won, but it wasn't going to.
Mm-hmm. True. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, like if the stuff that came out after Zelda never came out, we'd be having a different discussion. Zelda, amazing game. I like it way more than Breath of the Wild.
Oh, yeah,
I
definitely
am not someone who was in love with Breath of the Wild. This fixed everything I had wrong with it.
Yeah.
So I'm happy it won this category. Again, I wish Spider-Man won this category, but then we'd be living in a world where Tears of the Kingdom won nothing.
Right. But we're living in a world where Spider-Man won nothing.
Yes.
But to be honest, like if we're going to talk about why Spider-Man didn't win anything, I think we should acknowledge the fact that not much changed from the first one. So that's probably why they didn't win anything
the first game didn't win anything either because it came out against Breath of the Wild.
I forgot about that. That's true. That's very true.
So yeah, that's the problem. Like it. So I mean, when that was announced, it was like, oh my god, Tears of the Kingdom's taking its lunch again. It sort of did, but really Baldur's Gate did.
Yeah.
But also Alan Wake, like there's all these games that for a certain group of people, Spider-Man 2 is one of the best games ever.
Yeah.
Me included. But for me, for Game of the Year purposes, Alan Wake is higher.
Yeah.
I would put Spider-Man above Tears, but like they're neck and neck. I haven't been able to put any time into Baldur's Gate.
I've never played Baldur's Gate.
So
I know, baffling, right, guys? But being that you're the bigger gamer than I am, can you explain to me Baldur's Gate?
Okay. Uh, so, uh, Baldur's Gate 3, even though like ever this is a year, especially for game of the year, everyone's like, oh my god, almost every game is a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's got a 2 in it.
Yeah.
This 2 came out 20 years ago.
Oh my god.
Like this is as big of a jump as like Doom coming out. Like
right.
This is a team of people who loved Baldur's Gate, made their own version of Baldur's Gate, the Divinity Original Sin series.
Right.
They were a love letter of Baldur's Gate. That both of those games were, we can't afford the license. And then finally, after 2, it was Wizard of the Coast was like, hey, do you guys want to make Baldur's Gate? And they're like, yes. So what a lot of people like about it is that it's got like this massive amount of freedom. Like you can do whatever you can, like almost whatever you can think of.
So it's like a true open world almost.
More than that, like you can interact with characters any way you want. You can turn someone into a chicken and then talk to, like, if you have the ability to talk to animals, then you can talk to that chicken now.
That's cool.
Like, and then like there's a whole nother like sub game, especially in the like this is dating back to their first Divinity Original Sin too. You could talk to animals, and then it was thousands of subquests just buried under that system.
Wow.
You would never know if you never chose that skill.
Right.
Like these games are massive and massively deep.
Right.
And the world reacts to you, and all of these, like, you can set up combat, like you could just play it normally, or you can go around and stealth and then set up like all of these traps to, as soon as you initiate the boss counter, he just instantly dies. Like,
wow.
You can break the game and they encourage you to do it.
That's cool. Okay, I might actually have to put my hands on that game then. I need to try it. I need to try this game. Well, thank you for the information, man. You've made me excited to try this game out. Is there any other categories you want to talk about before we talk about announcements?
So what was best action game?
Best action game? Action adventure game was...
No, there was action too.
Action? Okay, let's see. Let's go back. Best action game. It was Armored Core 4.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Or 6. Sorry.
I'm very happy for that because I'm a massive Armored Core fan. I'm not a massive other FromSoft games fan. So like, I'm the person that I went to Game Awards last year too. I was the person, as soon as that red dot popped on screen, I screamed out Armored Core, and everyone around me turned around and goes, what? And then all of a sudden it was Armored Core, and they go, how'd you know? I was like, it's like, because I love Armored Core.
Right. Is it better than Gundam games?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to try that
out. So if you ever played like Journey to Jaburo or anything like that, that's the closest Gundam games has ever been to an Armored Core. Armored Core is basically Ace Combat with mechs.
Ooh. Okay.
Like that whole cycle of like mission prep your machine, like choose your loadout. Like you got the intel and you're like, okay, what rockets am I bringing? What plane am I flying?
Right.
So you're like, okay, am I like, I mean, you only have so much cost or anything like that. So it's like, okay, am I going to try to just keep my Armored Core aesthetically pleasing? Because yeah, you always want to, but, or legs kind of suck. So,
interesting.
but treads, like tank treads,
right?
That's pretty good. Like you're easy. Oh, but it's harder to fly. So maybe I get the spider legs that like you can jump and like you get jump jets like crazy. Or like, okay, and then do I want rockets? Do I want guns? Do you want swords? Do you want? And it's like all of the different level of like customization,
Mm.
and then you're choosing based on the mission. You're choosing based on your play style.
Right.
6 is good because it's got like tons of variability, and like you can bring a melee and a long range. Like you're not locking yourself in.
Wow.
But yeah, if you like Ace Combat, or if you like those more slower paced Gundam games, or not slow, quote unquote slower paced, like Journey Jobber is the closest, really, or Operation Xeon Front, I think it was called.
Right.
Like those,
Okay.
where it's like, here's your mission, and then you're like, equip the Arc 78 with, do you want it to have the beam saber? Do you want it to have the hyper hammer? Do you want it to have a shield? Do you want it to have,
Right.
like, because you can't have the shield if you got the hyper bazooka,
Right.
type stuff. So it's like you're making those same choices, but it's more. But yeah, so it's not a Souls game at all. It's that mixed with Ace Combat, basically, as a game with mechs.
Another game you make me sound excited to try, man. All right, cool. I'll let you pick a category. What category we gonna go?
Well, so what were the other nominees for that? Like Dead Island, which didn't make any sense. That
For best action game?
yeah.
Okay, let me find it again. Yeah, so Dead Island was one of the nominees. We got Ghost Runner.
Okay.
You got Hi-Fi Rush and Remnant 2.
Yeah. Yeah. So Remnant 2, Souls like with guns. Hi-Fi Rush, we talked about before, but like Devil May Cry, but to music, basically. So flashy. And then Ghost Runner, it's like first person Hotline Miami. But yeah, so like all of those absolutely deserve to be nominated.
Right.
What the hell is Dead Island 2 doing in that category?
Yeah.
Because it was the least popular vote for action adventure, which is its category, maybe RPG, but we're gonna throw it into action. Why?
Right.
It's like Sifu being a fighting game last year. That was an action game.
Yeah.
That's not a fighting game. What the hell are you talking about?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That one is weird. Plus, didn't Dead Island 2 have like a lot of bugs and problems? Or
people liked it though.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, like it didn't get glowing reviews, but like still all the reviews were like, I enjoy it. It's kind of like Avatar Frontiers of Pandora that just came out.
Yeah.
Reviews aren't glowing, but almost everyone's like, I'm having fun with it though. It's worth it. Or
Interesting.
like if you can get over a lot of this stuff, there's a good game in here. Like type stuff.
Interesting. I was getting annoyed seeing the ads for that every time I went on YouTube. Every time I go on YouTube, I get an ad for that. I'm like, okay,
I'm gonna play
either
it at
this
some point.
game is trash or it's
I
a decent
haven't played
game.
a Far Cry since 4, really, because I only put like 2 hours into 5.
Okay.
But,
Yeah, I'm not a Far Cry fan. I'm not much of a Far Cry fan. I am excited.
3 is one of my all-time favorite games.
Okay. I am excited to play that God of War DLC. Oh my god.
Yes.
That came out today, actually.
So what RPG and indie game are probably the last two we should go over.
Okay. Let's go.
Oh, and score.
Score. Okay.
Yeah. I do want to talk about accessibility a little bit too.
All right.
So
best score in music, Final Fantasy 16. Deserved.
Yeah, absolutely.
Deserved.
The only other one that this is where Zelda could have picked up a second win.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that because
I know there's a lot of like, oh, this is more Breath of the Wild, or like, oh, there's not such amazing scores in it. Like, but that music throughout the whole thing keeps you locked.
Yeah. I agree. It could have won there, but I enjoyed the music for 16 so much more. I've yet to beat the game, but I'm playing through it, and now that the DLC is out for it, which I need to buy as soon as I can. Man,
Yeah.
man,
That soundtrack is incredible.
yeah.
What were the other nominees though?
For the other nominees, you got Baldur's Gate 3
Okay,
and Alan
which
Wake
is
2.
what's the third one? There should
And
be five, right?
Hi-Fi Rush.
Oh, and Hi-Fi
Hi-Fi
Rush.
Rush. Sorry, I
Yeah,
thought I
which
said that earlier.
again, no bad
Mhm.
nominees. Like
Yeah.
every single one could. Like, if it won, you'd be like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because like again, audio team made the Hi-Fi Rush.
Right.
Um,
That's cool.
It also
though.
has like a ton of needle drops in it,
Right.
like really big songs in it. So
Nice.
like, and then
Is it for
Alan Wake
PlayStation?
is, oh my god, Alan Wake is so good with like, so Poets of the Fall being a fictional rock band,
Mm-hmm.
Old Gods of Asgard,
Mm-hmm.
like, and all of their music for this is written by or with Sam Lake
Mm-hmm.
to write the music, and
Mm-hmm.
then plus all of the other music that Sam Lake helped write for the like everything that sounds like a needle drop is exclusively made for the game.
Nice.
You're like, Jesus Christ.
I don't do
and
horror
then
games.
the soundtrack itself is just so damn good. Like that game keeps you in the atmosphere. And then
I don't do horror games,
the,
but you seem like you really loved Alan Wake 2, man.
so good.
So good.
I was a big fan of the first one too.
Nice. The other one was Baldur's Gate. And, we already talked about Hi-Fi.
Just boot up Baldur's Gate.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, what the? Like, that score is incredible.
Okay.
Absolutely incredible.
All right. We'll have to check it out then. All right. You want to talk about accessibility as well. Innovation in accessibility. Let's go over that one. So we got Forza, Diablo 4, Diablo 4. Sorry, guys. Hi-Fi Rush, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Street Fighter 6, and Mortal Kombat 1.
Yeah. So the reason I want to talk about this is why I said for audio, what I was pulling for was Forza. The audio team made the game playable for blind people. Zero vision.
That's sick. That is really awesome.
The stuff that audio team was allowed to do for that. Like working with working with the influencer that they worked with, who is a blind gamer, like who is an advocate for this stuff. They partnered with him every step of the way. Like,
that's sick.
The fact that one of the audio team was like, hey, I want to do this, and they're like, yes, and spent the money to allow him to do that. There's nothing else that deserved to win that category.
No, there isn't. Like, that's really sick, man. Like, that's really freaking awesome. That's really awesome. Okay. Like, the fact that you just, wow, that's really awesome.
Yeah. I think you were in class with me when that came out.
Yeah.
But I ran up to Nick. I ran up to I went to like 4 different classrooms and was like, I ran up to Daniel. I ran up to found Roman. I was like, do you believe this?
Right.
Like, and like they're all like, what?
That's freaking awesome. That's awesome, dude. Like, wow, that's really awesome. What was the other category you wanted to go over, my friend?
RPG
RPG
and indie.
Indie. All right, let us find it. RPG.
It might say role playing game.
Oh, there we go. Found it. Best RPG. Sorry about that, guys. So we got Life of P, Final Fantasy 16, Baldur's Gate 3 winner, Sea of Stars, and Starfield.
Yeah.
So those are our nominees. Didn't play Starfield because, it's Xbox, isn't it? It's an Xbox only game, right? Yeah. Sucks. My PC crashes every time I try and launch Fortnite now. So I can't even launch that on my PC.
I have my wife's old, so the rig we built her to work before her company sent her a work rig. I technically have access to that.
Mm-hmm.
So I have the intention to play on it, like to
Mm-hmm.
play Starfield on it, to play Hi-Fi Rush on it. But like, because right now I could play Hi-Fi Rush on my Steam Deck. That is not the way I want to play that game.
Right.
It's not the way I want to play Starfield.
Right.
Like, but it's time commitment and not wanting to be at my like work desk to play games. Basically,
Yeah.
I'd rather
Makes
be
sense.
sitting here playing my PlayStation.
Makes sense. As one should. It just sucks, you know. I'm never
But,
gonna get an Xbox.
Yeah. So you said 16-1, right?
Yeah. No. Baldur's Gate 1
Oh, duh.
for this one.
Duh.
RPG.
Yeah.
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 People are contentious about 16 being nominated. It's an RPG still. Like
Yeah.
it's
an action RPG, but
yeah,
it's
it's an
still
action
RPG.
RPG, but like the Final Fantasy menus are still there. Like
Yeah.
it's still got its JRPG
Yeah.
DNA in
Yeah.
it. Like it still feels like an RPG.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it feels way more actiony than any other Final Fantasy, but like
Right.
it's still it's not like an action game with RPG elements tacked on. It's like an RPG that kind of opened itself up more.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't feel like the way people argue Horizon should be nominated for this category or God of War should be nominated for this category because they've got RPG elements. Like they don't feel like RPGs first, action games second.
Yeah.
Like this still feels that way to me.
Yeah. Like
Maybe to someone who's never played a Final Fantasy before, it wouldn't feel that way, but like playing almost every Final Fantasy, like that DNA is still there.
the first Final Fantasy I played was 7. And that was when I had a PS2. So I played 7 on the PS2, not the PS1. And playing this one still, like you said, has the, formula of an RPG. It's just more action based. And in my opinion, it's kind of close to the action base of Kingdom Hearts, in my opinion. It's still RPG a little bit, but it's more actiony than.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like someone recently was asking for Switch recommendations for RPGs, and I'm sitting there like running through the list. I almost said Astral Chain, and then I was like, oh wait, I guess that's an action game, but like that has so much like there's so many games that have that DNA just like baked into it that like might not play like a JRPG or a traditional JRPG, but everything about it is still a JRPG.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like today not too many people have. This is just my opinion. I'm not a patient person, so I don't like to just sit there and scroll, and figure out, okay, I want to do this. Go ahead, do it, and then wait. I just want to get into action, So I feel like they had a great direction going with this.
Like
style.
for traditional JRPGs, well, traditional styled JRPGs, Sea of Stars, made in Canada, technically not a Japanese RPG. It is very much like it's a love letter to Golden Sun. Like that's a phenomenal turn-based RPG. Like that game is so damn good. I'm almost done with it. Like I would have loved that to win this category, but I would have been upset if it won over Final Fantasy.
Right.
But like no, I'm happy Baldur's Gate won it. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well
and
deserved.
then indie game.
Indie game?
Yeah.
Cool. Best independent game. Let's check it out. We got Sea of Stars, Viewfinder, Dredge, Dave the Diver, and Cocoon. And the winner was Sea of Stars.
Yay.
Yeah.
I honestly forgot that. I thought it was Cocoon.
No, you thought it was Cocoon?
Yeah.
I never played Cocoon. I've seen some clips of Sea of Stars. It's interesting. I kind of want to try it out.
No, I still need to play Cocoon. Like I'm a big fan of that, the creator of that game. Like so that's an X-Play Dead developer who Inside and Limbo.
Mm-hmm.
So like a lot of those guys have split off and done their own stuff now. So this is one of those split offs. So, but like every time I see gameplay, it's fascinating to me. I love puzzle games, and so like I know for a fact Cocoon will be in my wheelhouse. I just haven't had time to play it yet. Sea of Stars, like I said, absolutely loving it. Almost done with it. You'd probably like it. Like it's not slow. Like it is menus and stuff, but like everything's snappy, and then it's got like special attacks you have to do button inputs, and then even in regular combat, like you can if you press X at the moment of an impact, you'll get a second hit. If you press X at the moment of someone hitting you, you reduce damage by half.
Nice.
Like, or it might be a percentage, I don't know, but like, so there's never that moment where like you can accidentally like disengage your brain, because it's just snappy for that.
Okay.
Dredge, I don't think I'll ever play that, because it's so there's an indie game called like Moonglow Bay or something like that. This is basically a horror game version of that game. I liked Moonglow Bay, but I'm not a huge like I don't like playing scary stuff.
I don't like playing scary
I
stuff
love Alan
either.
Wake. I hate playing scary stuff. I love Resident Evil. I hate playing scary stuff. I need to play it with a buddy. This is not one of those games I would play with a buddy.
Gotcha.
But Dave the Diver, great game. I thought it was indie until people like pointed it out. So it's made by it's developed by Nexon, which is a multi-billion-dollar company.
Right.
It's not indie technically. So like people are up in arms about that.
Okay.
I agree. But when I was first made aware of it on LinkedIn, I was being made aware of it by people who were saying it was indie. So like I never thought about it.
Right. Interesting.
And then
Viewfinder. Looking at the clips of it,
Viewfinder is kind of cool.
yeah, looks really cool.
I heard it just doesn't really like, it's not great at the end of the day. The demo was kind of fun. It wasn't enough that I was like, I'm playing this day one though.
Right. All right, man. So those were all the categories that we wanted to discuss.
Yeah. You want
Ready
to
for
talk about
those?
some announcements?
Yeah, let's talk about these announcements, man. All right. So, working our way from the bottom up, we got Palia. Never heard of it.
Which one?
Palia by Singularity 6. Let's see. Palia. I don't know anything about this game. Let's see if we can play a trailer real quick. Of course, there's ads.
I don't think this is like in order of the stuff that was announced, because
No?
I do not remember seeing this.
Right.
This definitely wasn't the first announcement of the day.
Interesting.
Looks like a Stardew Valley.
A little bit. Yeah, this does look like Stardew Valley. I do
Like
not.
my time in Portia or something like that.
Let's go back to the other announcements then. So
That
we got
does-
Space
that
Marine
does
2.
seem-
I'm excited as hell for that game. Oh
That
my
was
god.
technically an ad, but yeah.
Yeah, boy, I'm gonna be killing some Tyranids on that game. We got Exoborn, the first descendant mecha
First
breaker.
Descendant looked kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's check it out. Let's see what photos we got going for it. So this one looks interesting as heck, man. We got this. This game does.
I think
look
it's like
kinda
a
cool.
Chinese developer.
I think so, bro.
Or Korean.
Speaking of Chinese developer, Black Myth Wukong.
Yeah, that
Ooh.
new trailer was great.
That looks. I've been following it since before they translated it and everything. Man, I'm excited to get my hands on.
No, that was the biggest surprise. Was that was an English trailer,
Yeah.
and with like high budget English production, like
Right.
lip syncing and everything. And I was like, wow.
I fully expected the game to be released in Chinese. Sorry.
No, it's Chinese.
Yeah, Chinese.
Mandarin.
And Mandarin. There we go. And I was like, yo, they translated it to English. I was fully expected to I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I'm
that
about
was
to
a
read
huge
some
surprise.
subtitles.
That was a huge surprise.
Yeah. So we got that one going. What else do we got going? Valhalla, we already talked about that, and
Yeah,
man, that's gonna be great.
that was huge.
Yeah.
Uh,
So where is it? Like, so it's continuing right after where it left off with God of War, right? Like after
I think
Atreus leaves.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
So it's not something that's going to feel out of place for anyone who's beaten the game.
Okay.
Apparently there's Greek stuff.
Interesting.
The very end of the trailer, a Cyclops comes out.
That's true. I wonder if we're gonna see some hints towards other Greek characters.
Yeah, because I don't remember, but Zeus wasn't in this one at all, right?
Mm-mm.
He was in the first one, though.
He was.
Yeah, so was Athena. I don't think... Like, they were just... Like, Kratos talked about this stuff, but I don't think either of them showed up.
You know, I'm still wondering if they're gonna do an Egyptian-based God of War.
That'd be cool, but I don't know if they will.
Yeah. We'll see. We also got Blade by Arcane.
Leon.
Man, I'm still convinced it's gonna be Xbox only. I'll be devastated if it is, but
I mean, they're a Microsoft studio, so yeah.
I'll be devastated. We got Jet Set Radio.
As part of that Sega 5 announcement, or
you want to talk about
that
real
Sega
quick?
announcement. I'm sitting, like, that trailer started, and I was like, what is this ad? I was like, this feels like an ad. Why are they showing it on the big screen?
Right.
And then the longer it went, and then it was like, oh, I guess it's for like a new Sonic game or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, is this an ad for that Sonic game that just got like released on Apple Arcade? Because like a lot of it is you're hearing them playing Sonic.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you see you see the skateboard with Crazy Taxi logo. And like there were a couple other things in that room, and you're like, and I was like, what?
Right.
And then it jumps into the trailer, and then I forget, I guess it was Jet Set was the first thing that was shown, and I was like, but as soon as you see the main kid from Jet Set, you're just like, what? The entire theater erupted.
That's sick. I was looking at it. I was like, Crazy Taxi. When I saw it, I was at home.
And then
my
Crazy
wife looked
Taxi,
at me. She was like, what is that? I was like, you don't know about Crazy Taxi? Oh, girl. You're breaking my heart. You're breaking my heart. Then we got Streets of Rage. We got Golden Axe, and we got Shinobi. I always wanted to play Shinobi as a kid. I just never got the chance to.
I love Shinobi.
Yeah? All right. I have to check that out.
Golden Axe. So Streets of Rage, we just got Streets of Rage 4 a couple of years ago. So that's cool that they're doing something again with it, but kind of weird because like it was in good hands too. So out of everything that needed a reboot, that's not a dormant series. So it's like, why is that part of this? But okay.
Right.
But Golden Axe, massive fan of Golden Axe. Like I love that beat 'em up so much. And then Shinobi was just really fun.
Nice.
I mean, it was basically Ninja Gaiden, but for Sega.
Oh.
Like the old school Ninja Gaiden.
Right. Classic Ninja Gaiden. Oh,
yeah.
Man. So, since we were talking about Final Fantasy 16, we got DLC coming out for those games. And I think one of them was already
incredible.
Out. Yeah. And doesn't it take place before the end of the game, too?
Yeah.
That's confusing. Because everybody's basically beaten the game already.
Well,
most everybody.
But I guess, I mean, neither of us have beaten the game, so like I'm pretty sure some stuff goes down that makes it
more
like, like it wouldn't make sense if this was after the end of the game, which makes me like, oh my god, so that's kind of spoiling something. But like the fact that everyone's like, well, it couldn't take place after the end of the game.
Well, the trailer did spoil something for me because I hadn't gotten to the point where you find out his brother's alive, so that kind of spoiled it for me. I got Final Fantasy 16 late, and then not long after I got Final Fantasy 16, Spider-Man came out, so I went on pause, on a hiatus for Final Fantasy, and
I went on pause around the same time, but I was a lot further than that. I think I was like halfway, I guess.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So, I mean, I got to that point later on that night, but at the time of the Game Awards, I hadn't noticed that I didn't know that his brother was alive. So that sucks, but
Oh,
it
and
is what
Joshua
it
is
is.
cool too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Thanks.
he's not a dweeb.
He's not a
Like,
dweeb. Oh,
no.
I haven't. I mean, I think I got to the part where Joshua saved his life right after the Game Awards,
Okay.
and then yeah, he was like, okay, he's doing some stuff. He's
Yeah.
doing some stuff, but I don't know what else he can do. We'll see later if he comes back. There was one game that kind of piqued my interest. It was the Light No Fire by Hello Games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sean
So
Layden.
I'm nervous a little bit. I'm interested as hell because like looking at it, I'm like, God, there's a lot of you can do in this. But No Man's Sky when it first came out was such a shit show and it got great.
Well, yeah. So he overpromised No Man's Sky, and then it took him so long to, like, he never gave up on the game. Took him a few expansions before it was like everyone's like, oh my god, this is a great game now.
Yeah.
I've still never played it just because same kind of thing where it was like it came out. I was like, at first I was like, oh my god, this game's gonna be amazing. Like I love space flight sims, and then it was like everyone's like, this is not what that is.
Oh.
I was like, oh, I'm not gonna play that.
Yeah.
But so, and then it was just like, yeah, I've never had time to like go back to it to play it. But yeah, no. So he overpromised that first game, and then all of a sudden he comes out to the stage and goes, "We're making Earth." No. We're not making a Earth. We are making Earth.
Right.
You're like, why?
Right. I was like, is he doing the same thing he did for No Man's Sky?
Like,
Overpromising.
Did you not learn? Just don't.
Yeah.
Like, you are our generation's Peter Molyneux.
Right.
Like, because Peter Molyneux was infamous for doing the same thing. Like, he would go out to E3 and be like, when he presented Fable, he was like, all of these AI NPCs are living, breathing people. Trees grow in real time. You leave the game, they continue to grow. And you're like, and so everyone's like, oh my god, Fable's gonna be like the world game.
Yeah.
And you're like, no. Like, it's a great game. None of what he promises in that game. You're like, so it, like, and he did it for like all the Fables, and then he did it for Spore, where it was like he overpromised that game to hell. And it was like, no, like just tell us the toned down version of like what the we won't overhype this thing, and you don't oversell. Stop overselling. Like, why are you doing this to yourself?
You know, this the No Man's Sky comeback kind of reminds me of the Cyberpunk, which also won something.
Yeah, ongoing game. Deserves it.
My wife was listening with me and she was like, what? All she remembers from that was how bad it was at launch.
Oh, did you play it at launch too?
I pre-ordered it. I was like, I wanted to get the collector's edition, but I was a few bucks shy, so I just got the regular one. And I played it, and I think it crashed my PlayStation.
Oh, really?
But yeah,
no,
I had
it crashed. I mean, it crashed a bunch of times on me, but it didn't like break my PlayStation.
no, it didn't.
Okay.
Hold on, let me rephrase. It didn't break my PlayStation, but it crashed.
Yeah.
And I was like,
no, it made my PlayStation crash a bunch of times. But it was like just playing the beginning, I was like, I can't see anything. And I was like, what are the settings that I need for my TV? I was like, what are the settings I need for the game? And I was like trying to dial that in perfectly. It was like I couldn't get it. And then my wife's playing it on so she's playing it on PC at first, and it didn't look great. And then she ended up buying the Stadia version because she liked the game. The Stadia version was the best looking version of that game.
wow,
Because it was running off of like a massively high-end PC on a remote server.
Right.
Versus like, yeah, I'm like, I enjoyed like what I played of the game, but it was just like at a point where I was like, I'm waiting for the PlayStation 5 release, and then it's just 20,000 games have come out since then where it's like, oh, I don't have time to go back to it.
Yeah.
But
It's still on my list to
my
go
wife
back.
loves those games. I don't think she ever finished it. She got very close to finishing it, but yeah, she had to rebuy it after Stadia collapsed, which upset her. But
I know they're on what is it? They're on a DLC Phantom Liberty, right? They just released that.
Yeah.
So I might have to go try that one.
Idris Elba.
Yeah, didn't he get nominated
for best performance?
Wow. Let's see what else is coming out, guys.
He was the only nominee that was not at the awards. Because
This is true.
Yeah. He was the only one that had a static picture.
That's kind of funny. We got Last Sentinel by Lightspeed LA. I liked the cinematic trailer. It looks cool.
Yeah. Well, and then it's from one of the Rockstar guys. So
okay.
Yeah. So
definitely
like
gonna have to keep an eye out on that game.
Yeah. So like a few years ago, a few of the like main guys at Rockstar announced their departures, and so this is one of
those guys.
Yeah, and this is his new studio.
So what is Mecha Break by
I don't know that
Season Games? When I looked at it, I was like, are those Gundams flying around? I was like, are they making another Gundam game?
I think that might have just been an ad. I zoned out during all the ads because that's a very long show to be at in person.
Yeah.
And so if it wasn't playing on the big screen, it was lucky if it got my attention. Because it's like the two side screens are like way up in the sides.
Oh, gotcha. I lost my shit when I saw that they were Bandai Namco Dragon Ball Z Ball Sparkling Zero.
Yeah, new Budokai game.
Bruh.
New Tenkaichi game.
Right. My childhood flashed straight to the front of my brain, and I was like, yo, I'm about to be on this game as soon as it drops. Because, like, I looked at it, I was like, is it a new Fighters game? Like, at first, because I was like,
that's what I was wondering, too.
And I was like, is this going to be a new Fighters game? Because Fighters was amazing. I loved that game. And then, nope, it's a continuation of Budokai Tenkaichi. I was like, fuck yes. Let's go.
Yeah.
Who's gonna catch these hands? Who's ready? I am ready for it. Like that, I played the crap out of that. Like, my favorite Budokai game was Budokai 3, and then my favorite Budokai Tenkaichi game, I think 2.
Yeah.
2 was my favorite, and dude, it was always Teen Gohan. Was my character, go-to character. Future Trunks.
Yeah.
I never played Kid Buu. I did in Fighters. That's my dude right there. And then
Oob is my guy.
Oob was your guy?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Because his ki blast was like instantaneous versus everyone else's. And if you played World Tournament, like you need ring outs counted. So you just open with that ki blast before anyone could block.
Right.
It was just done.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Cheater. So you were that annoying guy. All right. I see how it is. Yeah, man, my childhood, the inner child in me was super excited when I saw that because I spent like so many days playing that game. And Budokai 3, the hardest boss for me was Kid Buu, the Kid Buu fight.
Oh, yeah. Well, Omega Shenron was kind of a pain too. In Budokai 3?
I moved back. I was living in Ohio when I played Budokai 3, and I had moved back, and I lost the game in transition, so I didn't get to play Omega Shenron, unfortunately. I think I got to Broly came after Kid Buu, right? Yeah, I got to the Broly fight.
His story sequence was fun too, because you're just like going around murdering everything. You're like, if you get the Dragon Balls to Wish, it's like, or to Wish, like Shenron's like,
right. Yeah, that was fun. All right, moving on. We got Skull and Bones by Ubisoft Singapore. Sorry, I'm butchering that name. Anyways, wasn't this game supposed to be out already? Like, what's going on here? Like, I don't understand.
It's very, very long in the making.
I don't understand. This thing
it can't not release because it's obligated to by the Singapore government.
Wow.
Because like they got a huge tax write-off by developing it in Singapore. And so like it's obligated to release. they can't not release it.
Y'all need to hurry the hell up and release this damn game. You know what I'm saying? Anyways,
Yeah, it's kind of just burning money for Ubisoft right now, which sucks
right.
for them. But
we got another one, Rise of the Ronin.
yeah, that
by
looks
Team
amazing.
Ninja. It reminded me a little bit of Ghost of Tsushima, just a little bit, just a little bit. The samurai swordplay.
So Team Ninja is Ninja Gaiden, guys. So Dead or Alive Ninja Gaiden. That's Team Ninja.
Okay.
So yeah, like it's gonna be Ninja Gaiden Ghost of Tsushima, basically.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get my hands on that. I'm gonna pre-order that. I've already started saving for the collector's edition for Space Marine 2. Yes, God, that Tyranid's gonna look great on my table. It's gonna look great.
Does it come with a Tyranid? I thought it just came with a bust of him.
It came with a bust of him killing a Tyranid. Like he's choking the crap out. Oh,
like that thing is massive.
Man,
that thing is like bigger than any collectible statue I've ever seen.
I know it's gonna be great. It's gonna look great on my mantle. Ooh, I'm excited for that. As you can tell, I love Warhammer, guys. Moving on again, we got Jurassic Park Survival. I was surprised to see that trailer. I was like, are we gonna get like a, what was that, Turok style? What was that? That was Turok, right? Yeah. I was like, are we gonna get a Jurassic Park version?
Yeah, is it gonna be Turok? Is it gonna be Dino Crisis? But so yeah, it just not beat for beat, but like, oh, she goes to every single location that from the movie, doing the like, oh, she accidentally unlocked the raptor from the freezer,
right?
But like doing the entire like that, her going in there, fine, but her doing the exact same, like them just playing out that scene again in the trailer, like,
a little bit, yeah. I mean, I might check it out.
Yeah, that it's just like you worry that she's about to like go in try to hide in the freezer and like
and then get eaten by the damn.
And then it's the end of the thing is, oh, the freezer unlocked.
Right.
And you're like, oh god. Okay.
Right. We got another horror game. Just this one's for you, since you like to subject yourself to pain and suffering. The casting of Frank Stone by Behavior Interactive.
Behavior and
Dead by Daylight, right?
Yeah. No. So it's two studios. I always forget who's who. But yeah. So I tried, I've never played the game, but I tried getting into the lore because it kind of fascinated me a little bit. Like I went on like a 3-week long like lore video dive on YouTube. But yeah, I'm not sure if Frank Stone's one of the main killers. Might be. I don't know. So I have no idea what this game's like. Are you playing as Frank Stone? I doubt it. You're probably playing as one of the survivors.
Who is Frank Stone?
I don't know. That's the serial killer. That's in the trailer. It was like the serial killer that was like making his mask during the trailer. But I don't know if that's one of the killers from Dead by Daylight. Like visually doesn't ring a bell. So I don't know.
We got Fortnite Rocket Racing. That sounds interesting. I might give that a try. I mean, I still play Fortnite with my buddies here and there.
Everyone says it's amazing. Although those 3 Fortnite modes that just came out are everyone's like
they're already
unreal.
Out to play?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So the Lego mode is basically Minecraft in Fortnite.
Oh, that's cool.
Like with Legos. So it's like, because that was like when you're playing Minecraft for the first time, you're like, oh, it's like playing Legos in like the Minecraft's like
right.
Or then Lego's like, hold my beer. We'll let you play that now. And then Rocket Racing is by the Rocket League guys because Epic owns them. And then Epic also owns Harmonix, who made Rock Band. And then so Festival is Rock Band in Fortnite.
Cool.
And everyone's like, these are all fantastic. And then the cool thing about Festival, everyone's like, the control scheme kind of sucks, but like it's great. Like the game is great. But the control scheme kind of sucks. But they are adding support for Rock Band controllers.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm about to go. I'm going to go to a thrift store right now and get me a Rock Band controller. Shit, damn. I mean, it still doesn't hold a candle to Guitar Hero. I'm sorry. They're like Guitar Hero 2 and 3 are still like the best out
Oh
of
yeah,
those music games. We got, I'm going to butcher the crap out of this name.
Senua Saga.
There we go. Senua Saga. Hellblade 2. Yeah, that was
From
terrible.
the other Ninja. So this Ninja Theory, not to be confused with Team Ninja.
Right.
So Ninja Theory was Heavenly Blade on PlayStation 3.
Oh my god, I loved that game.
Yeah.
I loved. They need to remake that game.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
God.
And then they made Hellblade, which came out while I was in basic training, so I never got to play it.
I never played. I don't like horror games.
That game. Well, I mean, it's an action. Like it's God of War with
is?
like some creepy stuff. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, then I might go try it then.
This game, no one really knows.
Yeah, the trailer looks scary.
Yeah,
as
no.
fuck.
So because I mean, like Hellblade was basically God of War, just with
a female.
Yeah, with a female.
Yeah.
Like,
so was Heavenly Blade.
Sorry, that's what I meant.
Heavenly Sword.
Yeah. Sorry, Heavenly Sword was basically God of War. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like Hellblade was like that, but I think a little bit more gritty action. Like a little more God of War 2018 than.
Got you.
Which
The
obviously.
OG. Yeah.
Yeah. So like they were already kind of trying to move a little past that like super stylish action before even God of War moved to that point. But yeah, I mean, I've heard the cool thing about the first Hellblade game is like it messes with you because she has schizophrenia.
Oh wow!
And like that game is praised super heavily. I almost said heavenly. Is praised super heavily because the way it portrays schizophrenia and like. So it will make you think you saved your game or something like that, or it'll make like the game. It does a lot of like Kojima-esque things.
Oh wow!
Where like it messes with you on a player on a player level. If you're playing it with headphones, it whispers to you and stuff because her voice is. And so like you're never sure. And then like the stuff you're fighting, are they real? You don't know. And so like that. I need to play that game still, but yeah,
wow,
it came out at an unfortunate time. It was my most anticipated game for a very long time, and it just came out at a time I could not play it, and
wow,
like it was like a year before I could play anything. So like it was just kind of. My wife loved it, but yeah,
so it sucks. Hey babe, the game was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
thanks. Couldn't play it. Oh, yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. I love it. We also got Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons remake. I have no clue what this game was. They were like 20 years in the making. Huh?
Well, I don't think it's that long, but so Joseph Ferris. So, did you play It Takes Two or?
I wanted to, but I didn't have. My wife isn't as adept to video games. Like her only game she plays is Animal
It's
Crossing.
Actually like pretty decent. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a hard game to play. And it's like, and then it changes stuff up all the time. And It Takes Two, but so It Takes Two was his third game. So his first game was Brothers, A Tale Two Sons. Second game was The Way Out, which was like Prison Break. Very fun game.
Okay.
And then It Takes Two, but so Brothers, like those two later games were co-op games. First game was single player co-op. You control one brother with the left stick, you control the other brother with the right stick.
Oh wow.
And so it breaks a lot of people's brains playing a game like that.
Yeah.
But like everyone praised the game.
Right.
Like, everyone's like, this is really good. Like once you can wrap your head around like doing stuff like that. So it's basically just the left side of the controller is one brother, the right side of the controller is the other brother.
That's cool. That's really cool. Okay. And do you think they're going to continue that in?
Well, so this is a remake of it. Yeah, no, they for sure are, because that's. I don't want to. Just saying spoiler is like going to put the idea in your head, but so like there's a thing that happens that is necessary for, like, technically you could play co-op,
Mm-hmm.
but the thing that happens wouldn't be effective if you didn't play it by yourself.
Interesting. Okay. All right. So that's another game to keep an eye out. All right. I like that. Also, the Prince of Persia. What's going on, man?
I think that
Prince.
was an ad, so that's why it didn't
Yeah.
get like a great, like a really cool trailer. I'm so excited for that game.
You are?
No, this isn't the India one. This is the like real new Prince of Persia.
I know it's the new Prince of Persia because I was excited for the remake that they were making.
Yeah, that
And
looked
then
terrible.
just,
That looked
like-
like trash.
It did.
Yeah.
I had seen one trailer and I was like, okay, this like kind of looks cool. I'm a little excited.
No,
And
that game
then-
looked like trash, and they canceled it because the
Yeah.
studio was not up to snuff. Basically, it was a small. It was like it. So their India studio was just like, this was their first time making a game.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of put too much on them, and it was just like,
Because I was excited. I was like, they're remaking that game?
yeah. I mean,
That
I was
game was-
excited by the announcement of it,
Right.
but like, you watch the trailer and you're like, this doesn't look good. And then you watch the next trailer and you're like, this really doesn't look good.
I had only seen one trailer.
This, I think it was announced at Summer Games Fest.
Mm-hmm.
Or it might have been even just this last year. I don't
Mhm.
remember. But no, this game looks absolutely amazing. It's a more Metroidvania style. So like OG Prince of Persia style. But fast. Like
Yeah.
basically like Strider. If you ever played that on PS3,
I didn't
it was
play
a
that one.
PlayStation or PS4. It was a PlayStation Plus game early.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. So like just very fast paced Metroidvania with like melee combat. Like that's like gold standard of Metroidvanias to me.
Okay.
And this looks like that.
Okay. All right. I'll definitely have to give it another shot. We also got Suicide Squad. Another game that's been, excuse me, guys, through development hell.
Yeah.
I'm excited for
I'm excited.
I played the alpha test. I got my hands on one of the codes for the alpha test. I played it. It was fun. Boomerang is probably one of the best characters to play out of that.
Which is good because he was the one that confused me the most, basically.
Yeah.
Because like, why is he zipping around?
Yeah.
You're like, he doesn't have super speed. What are
right.
you doing?
But I'm still nervous a little bit too, because like the game was getting a lot of shit at first. You know, it was getting a lot of crap. It didn't look good. I was like,
It looks fun to me. It looks like a better it looks like a better version of Agents of Mayhem, which was like this Saints Row spin-off game,
mm-hmm.
which I loved. I'm one of the few people who love that game. But this looks like a more polished version of that.
Okay.
Like, it's just like mercenaries, tools of destruction type thing, where it's just like, hey, get with some buddies and cause some chaos.
Okay. I mean, shoot, I'm still gonna pre-order the game, and you know, we are gonna be streaming it together. Hopefully,
probably.
we can stream it together and play.
That
Which
that
one?
purple one. No, scroll up one. Scroll up.
This
Next to Black Myth.
one? Oh, this one. Zhao. Tales of Kinzera Zhao.
Yeah. So
Probably
this was
butchered
the
that.
one where that one actor came out, like he I think
Matthew
he played the main
McConaughey?
character.
Oh.
No. So he played the main character in Assassin's Creed Origins. Like he came out. It was the black dude.
Oh, the African game.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah. Game looks incredible.
that does look incredible.
Yeah, where it was just like he stepped away from acting because his father
had
died.
passed away,
And
yeah.
then he's like, I need to work through my grief. And he decided to make a game company to make this game that looks absolutely incredible.
It does, man. I'm looking at it now. Hopefully we'll have some pictures up for you guys to look at too. But dang, man, this game, yeah, I'm gonna have to get my hands on this game. I'm definitely gonna have to, Tales of Kinzaru on the list of games for us to try together.
Yep.
OD.
Yeah.
Hideo Kojima
Yep.
and
Xbox only.
of course it is.
Yeah.
Why
Well,
why
yeah,
get my hopes up?
because
Why?
he basically did one for PlayStation, and now he's doing one for Microsoft. But yeah, no, this is definitely something that I'll figure out a way to play at some point.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I'll figure out a way to play it when it launches. But
It'll probably be on PC.
Yeah.
Not at launch, but probably be on PC at one point.
Well, so Microsoft games come out PC day one. Like that's their, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, but we got the two goats of horror, you know, and suspense and mindfuckery.
And like, and then they said Jordan Peele's not the only filmmaker he's working with for it.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So
this game is gonna be I'm not gonna play it, but I'll watch
like,
the YouTube.
He's such good friends with Del Toro.
Oh,
so
God.
is he teaming up with Del Toro again?
Oh, who's friends with Del
Kojima.
Toro? Oh, he is?
Yeah. They were making Silent Hill together.
Oh, that's right. You were right about that.
And then Del Toro is in Death Stranding. Like, he's a big character in Death Stranding.
This is true.
He doesn't voice him, but he's prominently in the game.
Yeah. Shit. All right. Do we want to end with Monster Hunter, or do you want to pull out some more games here?
Start naming stuff.
Okay. All right. So, starting off with some games that we got to name off.
Yeah, just go from the bottom up.
All right. Cool.
You can just rapid fire through them.
All right. So, a couple other games that we didn't get to talk about. Like I said, we got Palia. We got the Outlast
Trials.
Outlast Trials.
Banishers.
Ghost of New Eden.
Yeah,
Never heard of that one.
It's been at Summer Games Fest, and then, like, it's been shown a bunch of times.
All right.
Guilty Gear deals.
Did you play Guilty Gear?
I've dabbled with it.
Interesting.
So Guilty Gear's, it's a hard game to play. Strive is much more approachable, but it still is a very technical fighter. So it is like, it's a fighting game, player's fighting game. Like, so it's hard to, it's fun to like play couch, like arcade mode or stuff like that. But I mean, even playing arcade mode is like difficult because the AI is just like brutal.
Okay.
And you're like, so unless you're just playing with a buddy and like learning the game that way, it's hard because you go online, you just get stomped and you can't learn. And you're like,
that's not a fun game for me. Moving on, we got Stormgate, Asgard's Wrath 2.
Yeah,
we got GTFO.
Awesome. Stormgate looks amazing. I've been skeptical, but it's looking better and better. That's the StarCraft successor.
Oh, okay. Never played StarCraft.
Yeah, big RTS.
Okay.
So it's the old Blizzard RTS guys that went off and made their own studio.
Nice.
Because Blizzard's not making any RTSs anymore.
Right. We got Kimuri.
Kimuri looked interesting because that's from Unseen. So Unseen is Ikumi Nakamura's studio, the ex-head she was the ex-game director for Tokyo. What the hell is that game called? Ghostwire Tokyo.
Oh.
Yeah. She was the one that came out. Huh?
Wasn't that recent?
Yeah, it came out a year ago.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. But so she left before the development is over, but it was her brainchild. Like, that was her game, and then she ended up leaving, and then she formed Unseen, and this is their first game. So, like, I'm excited about it. I'm a fan of hers.
Okay.
So, like, she was the one who came out that one E3 when she introduced Ghostwire, and she was like, it's spooky. And everyone's like, this girl is amazing.
Right.
We love her.
Right.
Like, yeah, so it's just...
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We got the Matchless Kung Fu by Juan... I'm not even going to try and pronounce that studio's name. Sorry about it. You can look it up
I'm not
on
sure.
Google.
I don't remember that one.
All right, cool. We got Ready or Not by Void Interactive.
That kind of looked cool. There was a bunch of shooters, and they all kind of blurred together for me, but it looked cool, I think.
Okay. We got Honkai Star Rail by Hoyoverse.
Yeah. So RPG series. I mean, Genshin Impact.
Okay.
So, but it's turn-based RPG.
All right. That's all you, buddy. We got Big Walk by House
That
House.
looks so weird. There's so many people that are excited for it. It looks so weird to me.
Let's see.
That was that like weird bird people.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that did look weird. I was like, my wife might be interested in this. It looks weird, but
it's the Untitled Goose Game developers, like which I love that game, but this is just not that.
Right.
Which obviously they shouldn't like remake that or anything like that, but like this game doesn't look like it's in my wheelhouse.
We got Exodus. That's the one with Matthew McConaughey.
Yes, that's the Matthew McConaughey one. So there's another trailer that they released after that's like a 5-minute long trailer. Such a better trailer. Like it's kind of just like it's got most of the same stuff, but it's like told from the future perspective. Like so like how they talk about at the end of the trailer, like, oh, 5 minutes passed for me, but an entire lifetime passed for her at the end of this. The other one is like that entire life, like there's a museum dedicated to her, and it's like the guy's giving a tour of this museum and then going through and then showing the flashbacks and like talking about her and talking about the guy a little bit, and then like him sacrificing himself to save her type stuff. And like so they get to that pod and there's just like a guy with a hoodie like pulled like well down his face, and then like the tour group disperses and he just hangs around, and then like he steps over because they have her spaceship and stuff,
Right.
And then so he like steps over the barrier, and then like the tour guide's like, dude, what are you doing? And he's like that's when that line of like 5 minutes passed for her, for me an entire lifetime passed for her. And then he accesses the ship, which is what you see in the trailer. Like he watches the hologram where she's like, I love you. And then it's like the guy's like, oh my god, you're alive. And then like they go out and he's like, what do you need? Like, and then so it's just like it put the game into a lot more context. You should watch the new, like the extended trailer. It's such a better trailer.
Okay. Definitely gonna have to watch that when I get home tonight.
Like it looks very Mass Effect-y.
Interesting. All right. We got why did I say Enfield? Oh, that's why. Arknights Enfield.
Arknights. Another Genshin Impact style game.
Gotcha. World of Goo 2. 2D boy.
Yeah, it's
another one of those? That was
so World of Goo was like a Wii puzzle game where it's like a bridge builder.
Okay.
It's if you have Netflix, the first game has a remaster on Netflix games. Now I played a few levels of it, or I played through the entire first world the other night. Like it's very kind of frustrating, like because it's meant to be frustrating, but it's like it's a bridge builder with like weird physics, and you're just like trying to do stuff, but it's like you have goo as your building block, so it's like things are bendy and like weird physicky, and it's just like, like no, cooperate.
Right.
But so like this one looks like it's adding more to it than just building bridges.
Okay, dope. We got Thrasher by Drool.
So rhythm action game basically.
Okay.
But VR.
Interesting.
Yeah. So like VR rhythm action game.
Do you play
Thumper was their last game, which was on PlayStation. It's like,
that's right. I remember them talking about that. Okay.
Yeah. It's like Rez, kind of. Where it's like just you're going on a track and like you're just doing everything to a beat. And it's like dodging obstacles and stuff like that to a beat.
That's cool. We got Rise of the Golden Idol by PlayStack.
Yeah. So it's like a spin-off. Last year there was a weird puzzle game that was pretty good. I mean, very good, but called Case of the Golden Idol, which was this like very bizarre art style. I didn't even realize it was the same game, honestly, because it was like it was this pixel art game, and then this one is not that, but like there are images that like, so there are masks from the game, and everyone's like saw that mask and like, oh my god, Skeleton Idol.
Right.
And even seeing the name, I was like, that sounds familiar. It wasn't like, oh yeah, it's a sequel to that.
Right.
It's a this looks like a drastically different like spin-off of that.
Okay.
So I don't know what the game will be, but it's 3D art style. No,
Interesting.
it looks good, but
Interesting. We have Unusual June by Feet.
oh, that looked kind of cool. That was that like ghost girl, like that girl that was at the museum, and then like that ghost kept kind of like messing with her a little bit,
I don't remember that.
and
one.
then like she looked up in there because it was like trying to get her attention, but like there was like
Oh
this, like,
yeah. Oh yeah. I remember now.
yeah,
Okay.
it looks cool.
It did look
I don't
cool.
know what the game really will be, but the trailer looked cool.
Yeah. True. I mean, I'm glad you remembered it. I didn't I didn't remember it. We got Pony Island 2 Panda
That game looks awesome.
Circus.
I never played Pony Island. Apparently I should. But Inscription is amazing. And this is this follow-up, and then it's got Pro ZD just screaming at you. Like that man is hilarious. So
We got following that, we got Harmonium the musical.
yeah, that looks cute. That was the deaf girl.
Yeah, that one did look cute. My wife was interested in that too.
Yeah.
We were watching that together.
I mean, everyone's saying that's obviously I'm not deaf, so it's just like I
Right.
know like trying to force hearing on a deaf person is a contentious issue. So like I don't know how,
Right.
but like deaf people are helping to develop the game. So
Right.
like
That's pretty sick.
Right.
We have
it looks very cute.
it does.
Yeah, I don't know if there'll be any like controversy or anything about it.
Okay. We have Windblown by Motion Twin.
I don't remember that one.
Me neither.
Oh yes, I do.
Oh, you do.
Yeah, that was the so it's from the Dead Cells developer. It had that like cartoon. You can click on it. It's got that cartoon animals.
This is right. I
That
remember
trailer
that.
was awesome.
That was hilariously awesome. Yeah, I kind of want to. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's from the Dead Cell guys, and Dead Cells is such a great game.
Okay. Nice. All right. Definitely going to have to get that one because that did look interesting now that I looked at the images. You are right. All right. Moving on. We got Den of Wolves by 10 Chambers Collective.
Yeah, so that's from the makers of GTFO, which like that 1.0 or whatever, or the final update was coming out, which but so it's a heist game, like with like that was like that dude interrogating the guy was like mentally interrogating him,
Yeah.
and then it's like
Turns out
what's
he
actually
was-
yeah.
Yeah.
Looked
And then, yeah, it did look cool.
But I mean it's gonna be a co-op because it's probably gonna be like Payday
okay.
again, so like co-op mission based
Right.
heists, but just cool sci-fi.
We got No Rest for the Wicked by Moon Studios.
That looks great. That's from the Ori developers.
I believe so.
Yeah, but now it's a 3D 3-player co-op game.
I think so.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, Moon Studios, amazing studio, so I'm excited.
Interesting. We got Visions of Mana by Square Enix.
Yeah, Mana games are fun, so I'm excited.
Yeah.
And this one looks very good. I don't expect it to be anything higher than like a 8 at most,
Okay.
because Mana games tend to not shoot for the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is kind of the like lowest tier Square Enix
Got you.
RPG.
Got you. I've heard about Mana games, but I never played Mana games, and
They're like
I'm still
so they're
waiting for
all
Kingdom Hearts
action
4.
based RPGs.
Yeah.
Like so they're all like not as much as like a Tales game.
Okay.
Well, I mean Tales games goes into like an encounter when you fight, but like these don't. This is like these play more like Zelda.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like
Interesting. Moving on, moving on. We got Lost Records, Bloom Unrage.
That looks fantastic. That's from damn it, not Deck Nine. The Don't Nod. So, and the Don't Nod's games are hit or miss for me, but this looks very Life is Strange, which they haven't made a Life is Strange in a while because Deck Nine's taking that over. But that trailer looked great and it looked very Life is Strangey. I'm excited for it.
Nice. We have the First Berserker by Kazan. First Berserker Kazan by Neopol.
So that's if you've heard of DNF or DNF Duel. DNF is Dungeon Fighter.
Yeah.
And then DNF Duel was like the fighting game spin-off of that. This is a single player spin-off of that.
Cool.
Visually looks stunning.
It does. I'm looking at these pictures right now. It does look stunning. Might have to try that out.
It's Soulsy. I can if a Souls game engages me, I'll play through it, but like that one maybe I'll try it. I might bounce off of it though. It looks so cool though.
We got another Hoyoverse game, Zenless Zone Zero.
Extremely excited for that, but less excited after. So the beta just went through, and like, so it seems to be just choose your mission, play a fight, choose your mission, play a fight. Like there's nothing outside of that, which lowers my. But visually and like character designs and everything, that game looks amazing. I've been excited for this since they announced it, but I've let it like simmer down a little bit.
Okay. We got As Dusk Falls by Interior Night.
That's what. Why was that announced?
You
no, As Dusk Falls came out last year.
I don't know why it's on here. July 19th, 2022. You're right. It did.
Yeah. IGN gave it a 9.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't
it was
know
up for a Game Award last
website,
year. Why is that on the announcements? That was not announced.
Exactly. Mistakes were made, people. Mistakes have been made.
What was announced was... Oh, no, it wasn't. I was going to say the other like road trip game, but I think that might have been Dave the Devs or Wholesome Games.
And last but not least, guys, we got Monster Hunter Wilds by Capcom. Me personally, I'm excited for this because I played World, I had fun, but my fun ended quickly because I didn't play it on PC. But I'm gonna fix that mistake this time. Oh, I'm fixing that mistake.
No, just
I'm playing on PC this time.
I think you'll probably be fine this time. I think they'll do crossplay. I mean,
you think?
I think there is crossplay now.
Yeah?
In the world. I obviously could be wrong with that, but I think there is.
Okay.
But also popularity of Monster Hunter has only grown. Like you'll have people to play with.
Okay.
So I mean, yeah, my wife will probably get it on PC. I will probably buy it and play it for like 4 hours. Love those 4 hours and then just never touch it again because that is my track record with Monster Hunter. Unless like, so Rise, I did play for like a few weeks, but because I had a buddy in my unit that played it and was like, so I was playing it with him. I was playing it a little bit with my wife, but my wife was like way ahead of me and like that was her game.
Okay. Well, guys, we could keep going on and on and on and on, but
so there is one more thing. I kept telling you that there was a big piece of news that dropped today.
Okay.
So E3 has been terminated.
What?
Yes. So E3 is no longer a thing. They just announced today.
Really?
Yes.
I don't I'm speechless. I don't know how to respond to that. That's
So, yeah. So really sad news.
E3 is gone?
Yes,
Oh
E3
my
is
God.
officially gone. It is dead. Um,
Bruh.
like it's everyone's been saying, "Oh, E3's dead. E3's dead." Like it is officially dead now. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Yeah. So that news broke earlier today.
My soul hurts.
Yeah. So Keeley's Summer Games Fest is basically all we got now, which now has in-person events. So like
Right.
it has been on the trajectory to take it over. Like there's a lot of discourse about the Game Awards itself, about maybe it should just be Winter E3 and the Game Awards be held separately because people were upset with the amount of time people got to speak. But so it's Keeley is the like sole source of which a lot of people have been pushing for. I've been one of those people pushing for.
Okay.
But like, I mean, I wanted him to partner with E3, but he was never going to do that.
Right.
But like, because E3 as a name meant something.
Yeah.
Like, it sucks. I never got to go to one.
Right.
That was my dream to go to one.
Right.
So
likewise. Well, that sucks.
Yeah. So yeah, that's news. And yeah, but your reaction is why I didn't want to tell you beforehand.
You got to hear first, guys. Damn, E3 is gone. Oh man.
Yeah.
I don't know how to end this episode anymore, guys. This hurts. This hurts. Well, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. This has been the Nerd Mix. I'm Cam.
I'm Kev.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Peace out.